What's up, guys? So now that the Thunderdome is going to be ending in a couple of weeks, I can finally do this little test thing that I've wanted to do for a while now. Uh, on the internet, you always see, different people say different things about if the if the Cristy sole is more durable than the 2021 sole. Uh, so I figured I'd do this test and kind of put it to bed for me. I've worn both, throughout the years I've been wearing boots, and you know, I think the Christie like lasted longer for me in the stuff that I was doing, but I mean, I wasn't really really paying attention to stuff like that. Um, like I said on the internet, some people will tell you that the 2021 is more durable and lasts longer, and some people say that the Christie does. So I figured I was wanting to do this test. So now that the Thunderdome's ending, I'll do that. For work, I like wearing a wedge sole for where I work, just because um, I I walk on concrete a lot, like hard surfaces. So what I plan to do is in a couple weeks after the dome is over, I'm gonna wear these like alternating weeks. So I'll wear this one week just to work only, and then the following week I'll wear this, and I'll alternate that for at least the next 6 months. Um, and you know I'll do I'll do periodic checks. Like I'm thinking because I don't want to know just the total wear that it's each sole is going to have after the time. I'm kind of interested in how fast it wears. So my plan is after every week, I'll I'll measure the sole where I wear it a lot, which is usually right here. So I'll make a mark whenever I start to do it, but so I can measure in the same spot. But after every week I'll measure that so I can get an idea of how fast it wears like per week, and 40 hours I can do some grade school math and pretty much get a measurement of how fast it wears an hour for the surfaces and the stuff that I do on it. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. At work, I I do the same thing pretty much every all throughout the week. Um, so there isn't a lot of variance in it, so I can keep the surfaces that I walk on consistent, and the amount that I walk and stuff like that is pretty much the same all throughout the week too. So I work on uh, mostly epoxy coated concrete floors and some asphalt. I'll walk on some vinyl tiles at work, and I'll sit in my office on carpet, but that really doesn't matter, I guess. But yeah, so those are the surfaces that I'll be walking on my lunch breaks. Like weather dependent, I'll usually go for a walk, like out in the woods. Like where I work is kind of in the middle of a forest, so there's like a trail I always walk on my lunch break through the woods. But it takes me like 30 minutes to walk it, so it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, that's all the stuff that I'm gonna doing with them. I'm only gonna wear them to work 4 days a week. I do work overtimes sometimes, like if something needs to get done at work. But I'll just wear these 4 days a week, and I'll wear something else if something like that comes up. But yeah, those are them. So I'll probably do. I don't know. I'm gonna do it over the next 6 months. I don't know if maybe I'll do like an update 3 months from now, just to see how it's going. But I don't know how much wear it's gonna have in that time. But I mean, if there's something to see, yeah, I guess I'll do an update in 3 months. But otherwise, it's gonna be 6 months. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the test that I'm gonna do. This is the Christie sole. It's like a blown rubber. is what they call it. I checked the hardness on the Shore A scale with this durometer. I checked it in multiple different places. You get like vastly different readings depending on where you use the durometer on it. So I did a couple spots here and then one in the middle here. And I got 56, 56, and then 55 Shore A right there. And then I checked on the side because the side does feel softer than like say down here. So I checked on the side for a couple times and I got 45 for both of the ones that I did on the side there. And I also did on the treads here, but I mean the instructions for my durometer says you want like a flat surface with like enough meat on it. So I don't know how accurate that is, but it is harder. Like it's 62 on the treads. Um I don't know why that would be. Maybe through how they mold it or something when it's made. Maybe it hardens the bottom, but like once you get through that, like the it gets pretty soft in there. Um for the 2021, did the same thing. On the bottom I got 44, 45, and 50. I think I did in here. And then I got 25 on the spots that I did on the side. And the tread on this is pretty tiny, so I'd take that reading with a grain of salt. But I did one on the tread, and it was 56, so it was like harder on the tread. And yeah, and it's just way softer uh, throughout the sole itself, and you can feel that when you're walking with them. The Cristy does feel harder underfoot in the 2021. Just feels softer. What a surprise. Um, so that yeah, those are the soles and the tests that I'm gonna do. I guess I can go over the boots really quick just to if anyone's interested. Um, this is a Truman. It's their Upland mock toe. It's on the 20 last. This is my first Truman on the 20 last. It's got kind of that almost like a sprung toe look to it. Pretty different than the 79 last. It does have a little more toe room than the 79. I mean, yeah. It's a 8-inch shaft. It's got their regular hardware that you see on most of their boots. 270-degree welt. Looks pretty cool. This leather is British tan grizzly. I think Seidel tans it. It's pretty thick. It's really soft. It's not all that stiff. It's partially gusseted. You can see it goes up to that. Was that the fourth eyelet on there? What else about it? Oh, the tongue. This is probably the thickest tongue I've ever had on a boot. Like I don't think they split it at all. Like I think it might just be the same thickness as like the rest of the leather that they do the boot in. Like yeah, you can see there it's pretty thick and burly. But I mean the leather is soft, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. But yeah, just probably the beefiest tongue I've had on a boot. I've got a thing here. We can actually check that. Get like a thickness on it. See if you can see it here. Yeah, it's a little over 3 millimeters thick, 3.1 somewhere around there. Just some giggles. We'll see what the shaft is. Yeah, so it's like a little thicker than the leather that they used for the shaft of the boot, just slightly. Let's see what this is here. Curiosity's sake. Oh, get out of there. I got the this is hard to do. Yeah, so right there, it's just at 3 millimeters. So yeah, like a really thick leather, super thick tongue. I think it's pretty cool. The leather looks nice. It's more of a really lighter brown, I guess, bordering on tan, I guess. It's in the name. But yeah, cool boot. Looking forward to wearing it. I can weigh it really quick here. So 2 pounds, 10 ounces. So that's the Truman Upland Mock on the 20 last with a Cristy sole. So that's one of the boots I'm gonna do, and then this is the one with the Vibram 2021 is a Frank's Rainier boot. Uh, this is their chocolate work leather. It's tanned by Seidel also. It's all rough out. It's got an unstructured toe. You can see that it's fully gusseted, just like pretty much all their boots. Pull loop, and this is on the 55 last. So I've worn the 55 last a lot on. I have a bunch of different boots on the 55 last, but I've never worn it on a wedge, and I like working in a wedge for what I do. So I figured I'd get one of these, check them out. Let's see if there's any. Yeah, so these are the 55 last, unstructured toe. They're just regular stitch down boots with the McKay stitch. I don't know if any of you have never seen what that looks like. What the McKay stitch is. See if I can. You see that line of stitching there around the edge? That's the McKay stitch there. I don't know how well that's coming through. So yeah, I'll be wearing these. These seem pretty cool. I guess I'll do the same stuff to it. Where's all that stuff? There we go. They say 3.1 millimeters. Yeah, call it 3.1. Is that on the thing? Yeah, it's 3.2, 3.3 some millimeters there. And weigh it real quick. So that's 2 pounds, 5 ounces. Yeah, so looking forward to trying out a 55 last on the wedge sole. That'll be cool. I'm actually thinking, you know what? I don't even know. I don't know for sure if I wanted which one of these I want to use. So I got these Frank's Rainiers, and I've also got a pair of whites that I haven't worn yet. This is distressed rough out. It's the hand sewn stitch down stuff. It's a 55 last. Excuse me, on a wedge also. I guess I probably should have went over that. So So on the 55 last, uh, to get the heel height that they need to use on the wedge sole there, they have to. You can kind of see this leather piece that they put in there to get the heel up higher, like a lineman shank. So they have to do that in order to for the boot to balance somewhat normally. They're both like that. I know people were asking Nicks to do that for a long time, and you just got an HNW with a removable insole or something like that. I don't know, not the 55. So it's cool that these are out there. But anyways, here's the here's a pair of whites. Same thing, unstructured toe, the hand sewn stitch down. The on the whites, it's only partially gusseted. It's not fully gusseted. The leather is distressed rough out. I think that's tan. I'm not super sure. I probably should have looked before, but I'm pretty sure that Seidel tans it also. It's just a real oily feel to it. Uh, see how thick the leather is on this. That's not right. There we go. Yeah, so right around 3 millimeters also. Weigh it. So 2 pounds 8 ounces. Yeah, it's a pretty cool boot. Pretty similar to the Rainiers here. Uh, for those that don't know about their hand sewn stitch down thing, you can see it pretty good on here. Uh, so so you can kind of see this step here where they cut the welt kind of short, and then the leather from the vamp sticks out here. So this top part where that first stitch goes through is stitched through the uppers, and they cut a slit on the insole and stitch through that and through the welt, and then so it's like that, and then they fold it down, and you can see this part is the rough out leather, so that would come out and then flange out like regular stitch down, and then they roll the welt down. So where this kind of raised part is right up against the vamp, those are where the welt stitches are. You could just kind of see it a little better. You can see like the actual welt and then the vamp leather here. So that's how whites makes their hand sewn stitch down stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty similar boots. I really didn't know which one I was gonna use for this test. So if you have a preference, leave something down in the comments. Like if you'd rather see the Franks or the whites used in this test. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. In a couple weeks when I start it, I'll look at the comments and see whoever says, you know, whatever boot people want to see the most is what I'll use. So those are the boots. Uh, Looking forward to it. Like I said, depending on how much wear I put on them in 3 months, I'll do another video about this, give you guys an update. And if not, then after the 6 months mark, I'll make sure to do a video and give you guys my findings. But yeah, if you could do that, like leave a comment on if you want to see the Franks or the whites used in this test. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll see you in the next one.